Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today, I have with me Jonathan Shar, Ibby D, and myself,
Hello.
David D. Today, we'll be talking about the legal reforms of the NDIS and the best way to manage it. Please like and share, and over to you, Ibby. So, what is the legal way of NDIS, and what does that mean?
Okay, so basically, we are people with disability. We're on the NDIS, which is the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Now, the NDIS is designed to, support us and encourage us to, live the most independent life with supports. But in order
Yes.
for that to happen, we need to do it the right way. Both parties need to do it in a legal manner. Now, there's a duty of care owed to participants who are on the DIS, but also those that are providing the supports need to do it in a legal way, and
Okay. And what is the legal way and
not
what is not the legal way?
ideally
Being
you have the
truthful?
DIS, you do have the price guides. So the price guides are given to each item, which ideally
Yes.
would have its own categories depending on what support you need, what services you need, and what do you call it? Sorry, my mind's gone a bit blank. But yeah, make sure you
And what
don't
you
overcharge
use?
and what you use, but make sure you overcharge when providing the service, and also providing the service when you're claiming the money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people they start
Yes.
my sure people with disabilities are free from violence, abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Yes, yeah, they're being exploited. Yeah, you're right, John. A lot
What
of
is
people
that?
are put in a vulnerable. So there's the exploitation out there.
Yeah, what I've realized when they
People
know it's
disability being
NDIS,
exploited.
when I realize they know NDIS, they put up the prices.
Like yeah, as opposed to if it's not NDI is covered, you can get it at a much cheaper rate. No, that's a good point you bring, David. The NDI safeguards commission is all about strengthening, the safeguards that are put in place to help people with disability and get the support that they need. It's all about protecting those that are on the NDIS and preventing fraudulent activities, also making sure that they're safe and that they receive the services without being exploited, like John said. Because ideally, we all need to live our lives, and we all need to have that sense of freedom to do whatever we want. But sometimes we do have challenges as people with disability. So that's why we do have the NDIS. For the NDIS to happen, everyone needs to, contribute. Everyone needs to do it in a proper way
Yeah.
and not be fraudulent.
What?
Depending on your disability, you may be more vulnerable
Depending on your disability, you might be
to.
more vulnerable.
It's a good point, John. Depending on your disability, yeah, you can be more vulnerable, but as well, the support that you need are probably greater or less. Like I said, it all depends on the type of disability that you have. But in saying that, service providers, but those that provide the supports, need to accommodate to your
Yeah.
disability. Not work for you, but work with you.
And so they've got to
And the
accommodate and work
safeguards,
with you, huh? According to your
yes, the
disability.
safeguards are there to protect everyone. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
because I've heard a lot of stories, of people being ripped off. People are not getting the
yeah,
services
I know, I know.
they require. But
can
because they
Do
have
they
a price
do,
tag on them,
do they ever ask you whether how much do you have in funds before they want to help you?
that's a very good question, David. Yes, and my answer is it's none of your business. Carry on, walk away. Yeah, ideally, you don't need to disclose how much you have. Even
diamonds
especially
doesn't bother you when providers want to see your entire plan.
it does bother me because ideally, I guess limits my I guess freedom, but also limits my choice. When I go to
And
one service provider and they say, "Oh, give me your device plan, I'll look after you," it's sort of like they believe their
It's like
own.
giving you a bank book.
Yeah, so there's the ownership. They think they own you,
Yeah.
and ideally, that's not what the NDIS was set out to do. You have choice and
So
control. So
yeah,
everyone has choice and control.
so you can join two different companies to take care of to help you with your NDIS. Doesn't have
I
to be
said,
one company or one support worker.
yeah,
You can have
yeah,
many support workers and different people for different things.
exactly. David. But if you do have that relationship with, a support worker and you do like their service, then
Yeah,
ideally you can stay. You can stick to that one service provider. It's all about having that choice and control about how you spend your funds. If they ask for an amount, to charge for services, it's okay
yeah.
to tell them that, oh, okay, I have the costs, to cover the services. But if you're gonna give them your whole plan,
Then they
then
could
they're
take
gonna
whatever they want.
exactly they can work around that. And if you don't have that knowledge, the I
Yeah.
guess numeracy knowledge, they could take much more than
So
there's
is that where a plan manager comes in?
yeah. If you, I guess you don't have that knowledge or you don't have the time to sort of manage yourself, then you can get a plan
uh,
manager to help you with managing your funds.
Yeah.
So plan managers, they'll look after your, I guess, in your IS plan. They'll work with if you have like a support coordinator, will work with them to break down how funds are being spent, and things like that.
So support
Plan
coordinators are good
manager, you can
to
always
get
reach out
around.
to them. That's right. You can always reach out to your plan manager if you need support or if there's an issue or a payment to be taken care of.
so these quality and safeguards are going to be reformed.
The quality safeguards function are going to be reformed. Yeah.
And,
Yep. Yep. That's right.
and
Yeah.
see how are reformers supposed to protect individuals from abuse or neglect.
So
Thank you, John.
how's it gonna help
David,
us with abuse and neglect?
I'll repeat the question. John, thank you very much. David, in theory,
Okay.
how are these reforms supposed to protect the individuals from abuse or neglect. Okay, what are
Okay.
your
Yeah.
thoughts? What are
How
your
they gonna
thoughts?
help? How's that gonna help?
Mm.
Well, if they're gonna ask you,
Look,
this is
yeah,
you've got this certain amount, but not all is gonna get given approved to a certain company to help you.
mm,
Would it get through? But if you can control that and discuss the amount before you accept it, then you know what you're spending and you know what it's worth before it goes through. You don't want to overuse your plan.
yeah, that's on the financial side thing. But in saying that, when I guess a participant or someone that's on the IS person with disability is exposed to neglect or abuse, they can always, call the relevant party and report such cases. Look, I guess people need to be given that support to help
Yeah,
them through the process when they are confronted by abuse or neglect. These reforms ideally are set by law, so the legislation designed to protect individuals from ever having been faced with abuse or neglect. The NDIS is supposed to, give that support to individuals to help them, live the life they want.
yeah, I guess.
That's the
Yeah,
way it was supposed to be when it came out.
that's the way you want to be able to sleep at night,
That's right.
comfortable.
That's right. Everyone has the right to, sleep at night, so peaceful at night. Me, I guess, given that care, that support. Sadly, I wouldn't say we're far from it, but we're walking backwards, not forwards. Sorry for the
So is
ableism.
is it is it is it going to be making it harder for us to get approvals? And what do we need for us to get an approval for something to be paid? And we don't want to pay for something up front and not be able to be reimbursed.
Yeah, there is a problem I've noticed with that. It can be tricky, but ideally having an invoice, receipts, having the documents in place when I guess you're reimbursing for services you paid for. Make sure you keep a record. It's always important that you keep a record. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, I guess they won't accept
Just
it.
uh,
Or
just
they'll
say
have.
just say you kept the record and you paid it up up front, and you put it
Yeah.
through the portal, and they won't
Mm.
pay for it. Well,
Stay
Look, I do.
is
You're
there
gonna
is there a
you
way of
gotta-
getting things done?
things first. Call the NDIS itself.
Yeah,
That should be able to, I guess, take care of it. If not, you can always go to the AAT, the Appeal Tribunal.
yeah.
Bring your matter there. Anything, John? Uh,
You can call your account manager.
yes, call your account manager. So if you have an
Yeah,
accountant that takes care of your funds, give them
yeah,
a call. But what would their role be? Because you've paid for your services, but you just want the NDIS to reimburse you. I don't know if anyone knows. Yeah, leave a comment. All right, let's move on to the next question. So, does the focus on inclusion truly reach the people with mental health? Sadly,
No.
we got a long way to go. Everyone, look, we're all here in the space for advocating, for better rights.
yeah,
Rights as well is an issue. We're always gonna put ourselves out there, advocate just to get some basic human rights. as people with disability. So look, the focus on inclusion, um, it's a bit far off. We're a bit far off in
Yeah.
terms of being fully inclusive. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done in this space for people with disability. And also look, accessibility is another, I guess, thing we need to focus on as well. So inclusion and accessibility, more work needs to be done, and this is why we're here
Yeah, I
to
guess so.
advocate for these things.
I guess that's why we're here to get this
It just
straightened
it
out,
gives us it gives us busy.
to be knowledgeable
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
the
it's
NDIS and how to spend it, and not to make mistakes and be
yeah, but ideally,
shortchanged.
this is why we have our peers. This is why we have peers, supporting each other. Peer
Yeah,
support is always good. Thank
peer
you.
support is good because we need to hear other people's experiences and what they've gone through and how they've done what they needed to do, and if we've got anything in common.
Yeah.
So if you've got
Yes,
any
that's a
friends
question.
have used NDIS and what they've used it for, ask them and ask them how they got it approved before and what troubles they went through before you actually do it.
That's a good point. Yeah. So we just
See
need
any
to
more?
continue to advocate in this space. Next question, John David. Are these safeguards something that people with disabilities feel and see in their daily lives? Oh, I want to throw that question to you, John. Is it something that you see in your daily life?
Yes, because if someone was going to rip you off, it'll stop. It won't pay. They won't pay it. I like to get someone to cut my grass first or someone to do
Yeah.
me the job. And I tell them, give me a receipt. When I get paid, or I can say to pay you, if it goes through, it goes through. They don't rip me off. And then the NDIS sees it itself. And if it's not,
Yeah.
if they see that I'm getting ripped off, they won't pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not true. Not thank you, David.
Sometimes certain things happen behind the scenes that you're not aware of.
There's something
And
happening behind the scenes.
participate.
Behind the scenes that we're not aware of.
That's the thing, David. Right, you gotta keep monitoring your NDIS budget, see where they're going. NDIS funding, sorry,
Yeah.
see where they're going, see where they're coming. I'm always keeping track of it.
I'm thinking more like reportable incidents within a service.
Look, with the incidents, organizations will ideally have incident reports to, if an incident does happen, they'll have to fill out the report and it will have to be documented. Sadly, some organizations don't do that. Some support workers, there's no, I guess, care. There's no, I guess, passion in the job that they do. The job is, good money. Government has spent out quite some money on the NDIS. People are jumping on train.
They're interested in keeping you involved with the provider as long as possible.
Yeah, keeping, I guess, providers, and keeping, I guess, employees employed for the long time is, look, some people often experience burnouts and they don't last a month with the work, especially the young ones that are getting into, the field of support work. They often, get burnt out and they leave after like a couple of weeks of working in that
Uh,
sector. I think more training needs to be involved. From how they get courses, they do courses, they study at the TAFE uni, get their diplomas, and then afterward they go. They need to have that level of experience before they get into the field. In saying that, with the safeguards, it can go either way.
Yeah, I guess so. Go out of the way,
It can,
but you need guidance. That's all we need, guidance, and before the people show us the right path. Then so we don't get trapped or get a service that we don't like and with little quality.
yeah, exactly, David. A bit of story time. Tell us a story from your experience. Have you experienced or heard of situations where
Well,
these
some
reforms have
people,
made a difference?
for which what type?
I know of some organizations. Um, well, there are organizations out there that have developed like a life skills center,
Yeah,
where they bring their participants to, build their capacity on everyday, I guess, things like cooking, cleaning, self care.
yeah,
Um, I've heard of these programs, being rolled out by different organizations from, I guess, a business level, you know. Having support workers to, I guess, support these individuals to help them with their capacity building. I think that's a great initiative. I think it's something that a good example of how NDIS should work and should be able to, I guess, give that support to
mm.
these participants, to these individuals,
Yeah. There's a
safeguarding
lot
themselves.
of NDIS companies that actually do help with life skills.
And look, every day there are incidents that do happen.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
But 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 but
having
but
an
an
incident report,
incident does happen is a learning point too.
it's a learning point, but it needs to be documented.
They
So once it's
they
documented,
always document it.
And
Well,
then they
report.
they should,
yeah, and report it.
and ideally they should be reported.
Yeah.
For when I guess audited, when they're audited, they'll have a
Yes.
document. But these are great examples of how, I guess, safeguarding works. Where do we see the reforms needing more work or additional input from the disability community?
Well,
Hmm,
how we how we get quotes and the best and for example, what about if we get a quote and put it in and NDIS tells us no, this is how much it's worth, not that much.
it's also about educating the participants as well as
Yeah,
the guardians. People who have guardians, and some of the guardians are from cult backgrounds,
yeah, I guess
so
so.
language is limited.
I guess so.
And
We're continuously improving on the I guess the NDIS. It's good to see people with disability being represented. We got the NDIA board that's got
Yeah,
people with diverse abilities constantly.
we have the independent
As well.
advisory committee.
what does that do?
Okay, so I can answer that because I'm on one of them. So there are four groups. They have the children, young adults, and families group. They
Yep.
have, I think, the housing group, and they have the accessibility and inclusion group, and they have the intellectual disability group. They meet up like every quarter, 3 or 4 months to see what changes there are, any new updates, say anything they've heard from others, so any news from the ground, pretty much, and they
Mm.
report it back to the group. And so, what these advisory committees do is they collate all the information, and then they send that off to they I guess report it to the NDIA board. That's generally their role. So it's like a subcommittee. I think they're around for like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so what
Is
about
anyone involved there, sir?
do they just recommend or they go through the people that have put in their requests?
They recommend, so we document it in our report, which will be reported to
Yeah.
the NDIA.
Okay.
They don't make changes. They just
Okay.
observe what's happening on the ground and report back to the NDIA board. I'm in the children, young adults, and family group.
In the children
Independent
and
advisory
adults
group.
family group.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Thoughts.
Final thoughts,
My
David.
final thoughts is we need more evidence for things that we need. So if we need things to
Yeah.
be able to be approved, we need the evidence why we need it and how we need it. Or it might not get approved. So if you can get all your evidence together first, then apply for it. But if you can't get it, then don't pay the supplier first, so you don't be shortchanged.
Yeah, financial side things. Yeah, yeah. Look after your funds. Don't go overspending, and
Yeah,
then yeah,
and always ask
make sure you're
for prices
paying
from
for the right service.
other participants, because if you can get a cheaper one and a good quality one, or whatever you need to get or service, then you use it as a bargaining power.
Do you
Uh,
mean providers?
Yes, and things.
providers. Yeah,
Some providers put their prices up.
yeah.
Sometimes you don't want that. You don't want to pay for that much for the provide for the support. Some people do better support and for less.
But you gotta look at the NIH price card as well.
Yes, you gotta
So
see the
ideally, every financial year they'll lift the I guess prices up. You gotta have that knowledge and understanding, and hopefully you get
that.
overcharged.
That's why you need a plan manager or a coordinator.
Yeah, yeah. Look, if I believe you can't do it on your own. Yeah, plan managers are yeah better way to go. Thank you, David. That's awesome. I mean, you, John. Thoughts?
My final thought is the government should listen to us when they're reforming quality they forgot. We need a more transparent system which protects all.
Yeah, but a more transparent system to protect all. Government needs to listen to us, what we say. And that's good, yeah, because it's all about us. Remember, nothing about us without us. So people with disabilities need to, be involved when
Yeah,
decisions are made
I
about
guess
us.
so. You got to work with us to get the best for us.
But the reforms are there to, protect us individuals from being exposed, being neglected, abused. It prevents them from doing
If
that to us.
if you ever feel like you're not getting what you're paying for, there's no harm in calling the NDIS.
That's
Or
right. That's right.
should we have
But it also comes back to our rights as well. We have rights.
Yes.
People with disability have rights, and so
Yeah.
you need to exercise your rights. Know what your rights are. If you feel pressured or you're in a vulnerable position, reach out to your peers. Reach out to someone that you're comfortable with, and let them know
What
what's going on.
there was a website or a portal we can have where people can write up what their situation is and someone can advise them. Would that be a good
There you
thing
go,
for
people.
group chat?
what if you could actually see quality and safeguard data similar to what they have in my secret, my hardship is
Don't you have the CripChat discussion group on Facebook? You have that
uh,
group, don't you? So people
Yeah.
can, if they feel like they have any questions or issues, they can always bring it to the group. It
Facebook.
does need to be reported. We can report it to the NDIA. And yeah, I guess the relevant parties will take care of it. It's the best thing.
It just appears it's best because sometimes you don't want to be known about things. You want
Yep,
your confidence. You want your privacy.
that's right. Yeah, look, I guess that's it for now. Thank you, John. Thank you, David.
You've been watching CripChat.
Yo, Willy, welcome to everything.